Hello and welcome back to Katawa Shoujo! We are about to start Shizune's route. So we are going to play the game again where we go forever! Okay, this is actually the only time we've asked about Shizune's deafness. So we're gonna get something new here. Shizune intrigues me, and I kind of want to ask something about her. But I can't really ask about something that personal, can I? You have asked more personal questions than the other timelines, trust me. I can't come up with anything else to ask, so I just focus on my food while the girls talk between themselves. Misha and Shizune signed back to each other. Okay, I lied, it wasn't interesting. Alright, we are going to wait for Shizune and Misha to come to a decision. I don't know if this is going to be anything interesting, but we will see. Misha and Shizune are still arguing about their choice for lunch place. Incomprehensible for a pair of high school students who have to take a taxi at least to make it to a downtown and back in time. Haven't you finished already?
Oh, sorry, Hee-chan. Were you waiting for us? You don't have any plans.
Plans?
For lunch?
Well, I don't, so I thought I could hang out with you guys. Misha smiles victoriously at my lack of plans and excitedly translates my response to Shizune.
If you don't have anything specific planned out, do you want to eat lunch with me and Shi-chan? We're going to go to town for lunch, though. Don't worry, Hee-chan, it's not that far.
Sure, I'll come with you. And with that, we leave the classroom. Just around the corner of the hallway, something hits me in the chest with the force of a runaway train. Okay, that's Emmy. We've been here before. They're like, how dare you? She's like, yeah, I told that girl off.
So let's hurry, Hee-chan, to have lunch. We promise it'll be great.
I'll take your word for it. What kind of place is it? A restaurant or something?
It's a tea house, Hee-chan.
Ah, yes. The Shanghai, as it were. A tea house? That sounds kind of fancy.
Why are you looking at your wallet, Hee-chan? It's okay if you don't have any money. We'll cover for you.
That's really nice of you, thanks.
It's okay, Hee-chan. After all, we're friends, right, Hee-chan?
This is absolutely loaded. They're gonna ask me to do something later. It's only been 3 days. Are we really friends that quickly? But hearing that makes me happy.
It's only for today, though. And only if you accept right now. Do you want to go, Hee-chan?
I start wondering if this is some kind of trap. Is this Misha's suggestion or Shizune's? That is important. This is important. I'm still a little apprehensive about the right motives of a girl whose favorite pastime is the game of world domination. That is a fair reservation to have. No, I'm just being paranoid. You're not. Trust me. She's conniving. I can see it in her little eyes. Her little conniving eyes. Actually, they have grown on me already, and I do have to go to town sometime, so why not now, with them? I've actually never been to a tea house before. All my expectations are from what I've seen of them about them on TV. But those are period dramas, and these are modern times. It might just be a regular cafe, and they're just calling it a tea house. Either way, I'm curious about that too. So there's another reason for me to join them. Sure.
That's great, Hee-chan. That's great, that's great! Yay!
Misha hops up and down briefly to show how happy she is, which causes a few heads to turn towards us. Shizune opts for a polite, tiny clap that lasts for all of 2 seconds before she goes back to looking stoic as usual. Would it kill you to be a little happier, Shizune? You hurt her feelings! You bastard.
Oh, I wasn't aware that Hee-chan was a king. Ha 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 ha.
Shizune pushes her glasses up as Misha delivers her message totally without sarcasm. I guess it would sting more if she could say it with the intent Shizune meant behind it. So for once I'm happy to have Misha as a barrier between us. I'm not telling you to jump for joy just because I'm having lunch with you. I'm not that arrogant. She seems to accept this, and we head for town with Shizune leading the way. Watching her walk in front of me, I notice that she walks very quickly, taking long, heavy, determined strides. Maybe if we were traveling through a snowstorm, it would make sense to walk like that, but it's a perfectly clear day. Anyway, it's making me feel exhausted just watching her. We arrive at the tea house in what Misha says is record time, likely because of Shizune's blazing pace. I feel a little let down seeing that it's not a huge feudal-era building with mats on the floor and women in kimonos pouring the tea. It actually is more like a cafe, as I thought. Not that it's a bad thing, it looks very nice. As soon as I walk through the doors, someone zooms in front of us as they had been lying in wait the entire time.
Welcome! Thank you for patronizing this establishment.
The top half of her body drops forward in a bow that looks like an axe chopping through wood. I'm surprised to see none other than Yuko, the librarian. Hey, I didn't know you worked here.
Oh, yes I do. I'm a waitress. I've been working here for 1 year, 6 months, and 2 weeks now. Thank you for choosing to come here. Is there anything I can do for you? Hi, Yu-chan! Hello.
Misha, you know her too?
Of course, Yu-chan. Yu-chan works in the library after all. I don't go there often myself, but Shi-chan knows her, and we both come here a lot, so it's like we see her all the time. Yes, should I get you your usuals? And if there's anything you would want, please feel free to let me know at any time.
You don't have to be so formal, we all know each other. It's also pretty empty today, so she can afford to take it easy. I was hoping she would stop looking so nervous, but my words had the opposite effect.
No, I'm a waitress, this is my job, I have to do it properly. Okay, that works for Shi-chan. Yu-chan, please get Shi-chan what she usually gets, and I'll have some green tea with milk and honey.
No pressure.
Yes, but this is my job, and there's always pressure. I'm sorry I'm arguing with a customer. Sorry.
Yuko takes another 100-mile-per-hour bow. I decided to give up and join Shizune and Misha at the table. As soon as I sit down, Yuko comes by looking even more upset than before.
I'm sorry, I'm really sorry. I forgot to take your order. I'm not attentive to customers. That's not right. I'm sorry. If there's anything I can do to make up for it, please tell me. It's okay, Yu-chan. Hi-chan didn't order anything, so it's not your fault. Don't be upset.
It's true, I guess I should order now. But I don't really know what this place serves, and there doesn't seem to be a menu. Yeah, she's right. I'll have some coffee and a sandwich if you have one. Whichever sandwich you think is the best tasting one here, because Shizune is paying for my meal. Oh, she didn't like that. Shizune frowns and gives me an alternating look of surprise, indignation, and bemusement, unable to decide between the three.
Hi-chan, just how much money do you think you have? Just how much money do you have in your wallet? It can't be that little, right? We should split the cost 3 ways to make it fair. Yeah, I won't accept anything else.
Misha turns to Yuko.
Yu-chan, Shi-chan says she wants 3 of whatever is the most expensive item on the menu. No. Hahaha, just kidding, Hi-chan.
Okay, I think that the turkey sandwich is the most delicious sandwich, and it comes with free soup. A good employee would try to recommend the item that there is the most of, though, or the most expensive item.
Am I bad at my job?
No, that sounds good. I'll have that and some coffee.
Okay.
She comes back a few minutes later with our drinks and my sandwich. Shizune seems to be fine with her tea, and Misha also ordered a parfait. I don't know why, because I can't imagine many other things that would go worse with tea. A parfait? A parfait wouldn't go bad with tea, would it? What? Isn't a parfait just fruit and yogurt? Or ice cream? Depending, I guess, on your... Why would that go bad with tea? Ice cream and tea? They put milk in tea! I'm confused. Oh well, I take a bite out of my sandwich. It's very good.
Hi-chan, have you thought about joining the student council?
Huh?
your mouth full, Hee-chan.
I wash my food down with a sip of coffee, which is also surprisingly good, but now's not the time to remark on how this place has good food. You said you understood it was too early to expect me to have a decision. To have a decision this quickly. That was like 3 hours ago. Well, you've had 3 hours to make a decision, fool.
A man should be decisive, Hee-chan. You really should join the student council, Hee-chan. Come on, it'll be fun.
People always say, come on, it'll be fun about things that are never ever fun.
Don't you believe me, Hee-chan?
Is it Shizune saying that or Misha? What a cute expression, but the effect is somewhat jarring, like she has a split personalities.
Hee-chan, that's depressing. We just want to spend time with you. That's right, Shi-chan. Yeah, that's a good point too. Yep, this is beneficial to everyone. It solves all our problems. Yeah, I also thought Hee-chan would appreciate it. That makes me sad.
Suddenly I feel really left out. It's rude to talk about someone without letting them in on the conversation. Shizune adjusts her glasses, laughing to herself.
But it's true, Hee-chan. And you would be helping us out. Membership has been really low this year.
How low?
That's a secret, Hee-chan.
No, I want to know how low it was. How low is low? 5? Lower?
Well...
0?
Hee-chan, that isn't important. What matters is that the number is low, and that is why we would appreciate you giving us a hand, especially with the festival coming up so soon, and it looking to be a busy year ahead in general.
So you're not going to answer my question?
Nope.
The merp of no.
Nope.
I sigh and straighten up in my chair, trying to look as defiant as possible, because this seems like a big issue, and I do not want to let it go that easily. I feel silly, like a blowfish. Oh, I can't puffy my cheek. Sad. Fine. At least tell me this. How many people are in the student council total?
Well, Hee-chan, we're definitely undermanned, but we have enough members to get the job done. Yep.
It's just 2. It's not just the 2 of you, is it?
Hee-chan, that's funny. But it's definitely not just us.
Are you sure? Are you absolutely sure?
Yep.
I stare at them both, trying to see if they will slip and confirm my worst fears. Misha frowns, looking uncomfortable, but that is probably because I'm staring at her. Shizune, on the other hand, returns my gaze with one of her own. Maybe she is challenging me, peering at me over the rims of her glasses like that. So teasing, and surprisingly immature, like a little girl beckoning someone to play with her.
Hee-chan, your 2 cute student council representatives have been trying to make you feel welcome and are even treating you to lunch. You should show your gratitude by joining the council so that you can at least help them out. Yeah, it would be great if you could just file some papers for us, and the festival's coming up and we have to build some stalls for the games and food. Just a few, so if you were there, it would be a lot easier for us. Please, Hee-chan?
What an interesting good cop, bad cop routine. I'll give it a shot, why not? Just a shot. Just a little shooty shot.
Okay, I'll give it a trial.
Whoops. Okay, I'll give it a trial run. It doesn't mean I'm joining or anything definite, just that I'll help out a little, and then I'll see. And this makes us even for lunch. I'm not doing this because I want to.
That is a
I finish off with the last of my sandwich, and this makes Misha notice for the first time in a while that she has a parfait. She starts digging in, much to Shizune's chagrin, because I can tell from the way she plays with her fingers that she has a lot to say. Every time I look at Shizune, she looks back with such focus and intensity. This time is no exception. Her face is expressionless. Maybe she is thinking. Eventually it gives way to a smile. She signs something, and obviously I can't understand it at all. She has to know that. Then she does it again, a childish playfulness showing through this in the speed and energy of her gesture. Misha, what did she say? Misha looks up from her parfait, torn between wanting to help out and going back to eating. What does this mean? I try my best to make the same movements with my hands that Shizune did. I come to realize quickly that this isn't very easy. Imagine doing this all day as your only means of communication.
Sorry, Hee-chan, I can't tell you.
Why not? Is it an insult?
No, Hee-chan, I can't tell you because it means something nice.
Something nice, huh? Well, they've gone back to their tea and food, and I guess this conversation is over now. Is over for now. I don't really understand, but this makes me wish that I could. Maybe I could even try learning sign language. This school might have courses for it. Would I really do that? I think about it as I finish the rest of my coffee. I wonder why I'd even be motivated to think about it. I'm enjoying myself so much that I don't even notice that we were supposed to be back in class 10 minutes ago. Even if I were to start heading back to school right now, it would take at least 30 minutes, maybe? I can't risk running that fast with my condition, so it would take at least that long to get there. Well, 10 minutes late already as I am, it wouldn't matter, even if I could teleport.
Something wrong, Hee-chan?
I just realized lunch break ended 10 minutes ago. It's only my third day, and I'm already going to miss a class.
Yep, you're already late.
Hey, that's not funny. So are you. And aren't you two the student council? You're setting a bad example.
Hee-chan is so moral. But Hee-chan is right. He is late for class, and it looks like you're cutting too, Hee-chan, because you're not making an effort. Like you're cutting too, Hee-chan, because you're not making an effort to go. As your student council representatives, we're going to have to do something about this and make sure you're punished for it.
But you two dragged me out here. This is all your fault. Take responsibility. I don't believe in responsibility.
Hee-chan, we were just taking a prospective student council member out to try and recruit him. It's business. Business. But you're not a member of the council, so there's no excuse.
Yes, there is. That prospective student council member is clearly me.
Yes. And are you going to join the student council, Hee-chan?
Shizune raises her teacup haughtily and wags her outstretched pinky up and down.
Hee-chan, if only you were a member of the student council. But you can still join now, Hee-chan. If you join now, you won't be in any trouble at all, and we'll be able to take many more nice excursions like this all the time. It'll be fun.
I start to think that maybe this was all an elaborate setup leading up to this moment. Maybe Shizune lured me out here, banking on the possibility that I'd lose track of time and be forced into this situation. Diabolical. I told you she was conniving. She's in it for the long con. Well, considering what I know of her, I should have been more on my guard. But to admit that I got myself into this, even slightly, would be unforgivable. I try to read Shizune's intentions in her eyes, but she just returns my stare blankly, innocently. Then she takes a sip of tea, like she is mocking me. She is.
By the way, Hee-chan, I didn't plan this at all. Things just happened to work out this way.
I was almost about to drop my theory as paranoia, but this puts a new spin on things. I almost fall over in awe, so it really was an elaborate setup from the very beginning, all just to burn me and force me to join the student council.
Hahaha, you look so nervous, Hee-chan. Did you really think we were tricking you this whole time?
You're not?
Hee-chan, you really thought...
Misha frowns, looking heartbroken. Shizune quickly frowns as well, following her lead. How synchronized, two of a perfect pair. They must be twins.
Chi-chan says she's flattered, Hee-chan, but doing this kind of thing would be a grossly inappropriate abuse of power and imposing on your free will. And it would be blackmail too. Chi-chan would never do anything like that. Never, except for the times that she did.
I think about asking Misha, are you sure, but resist the urge to.
Anyway, Hee-chan, what Chi-chan said is true. Since you're with us and we're doing student council work, it's okay if we miss a class or two. Not that this is a good excuse to do so. Or one that should be used more than 3 times a month.
3 times a month is a lot.
Or something that can or should be abused. Meh. So we must definitely return to class, eventually. Nahahaha.
Shizune waves Yuko over and points to her empty teacup, indicating that she wants another one, as Misha scrambles to finish her parfait so she can order something else. Maybe I should as well. I am still hungry, and the portions here are a little on the small side. Most importantly, Shizune is paying for everything. With that in mind, I ask Yuko for another sandwich. By the time we leave the tea shop, I've missed not just 1 class, but 2. Shizune and Misha seem content to let the whole day pass by, stalling for even more time by suggesting a tour of the town that turns out to cover a 2-block radius from where we start. Eventually, we do go back to school, and the rest of the day is business as usual. When classes are over, Shizune and Misha pack their bags and leave the room before me. Come to think of it, this is the first time they've left me alone. It's strange, I almost miss them. The room empties quickly as I'm the last one out the door. When I try leaving the lobby, however, an arm lowers itself in front of me like a toll bridge gate, stopping me in my tracks. Oh, hi Shizune. Uh-oh. A pair of hands cover my eyes, followed by a sharp burst of laughter.
Hi, Hee-chan, guess who?
Misha asked the question completely without sarcasm, meaning she doesn't think that I instantly knew it was her for many obvious reasons. I wonder who it could be. Well, it's definitely not Misha.
Ha ha ha, it is!
Misha swings around to stand in front of me beside Shizune.
Hee-chan, are you busy right now?
Busy going to my room, yeah. See you two tomorrow. Bye. I try to make a break for it, but Shizune is too agile to get past. As someone who used to play soccer, this is embarrassing. Not to mention that this behavior is drawing some odd looks. I should just quit while I'm ahead.
Hee-chan, could you please go upstairs and get a few things for us from the art room?
Why me?
Hee-chan thinks that if the art teacher sees us, he will say hi. And she doesn't like him.
Oh, ignore him.
She tried, but even though Shichan is deaf, he'll try to say hi anyway.
Run away?
I never run.
A tone of finality so strong that I can pick it up even through Misha. I can see there is no pursuing this further with Misha. Misha, why can't you get them?
Stairs make me dizzy, Hee-chan.
Shizune nods as if to confirm it.
Please, Hee-chan, we need these things to build stalls for the festival, and you said you would help out a little, right?
I really shouldn't, but I guess just this once would be alright. Okay.
That's great, Hee-chan. Thank you. This is what we need.
She holds out a piece of paper for me to take. I'm sure this list was made by Shizune. It's handwritten, but each letter is perfectly formed in uniform, as if it were typed. Not just that, but it's exhaustively detailed, complete with numbers, bullet points, and even little checkboxes. What it boils down to is that she wants paints, paintbrushes, poster board, and an easel. Just different types and specific numbers at each. I wonder how I'm going to carry all this stuff down the stairs without breaking my neck. The classroom closest to ours, I think this is... Yeah, this is where we meet Rin, and she's eating with her toesy woesies. I guess we're talking about Lily?
She might be slacking off somewhere. What a useless woman.
Hanako nods quickly and retreats with haste, obviously to avoid any further contact with Shizune. Unfortunately, this turns their attention fully back to me.
But Hee-chan is not useless, right? He said so himself. Ha ha ha.
I can see where this is going, and I do not want any part of it. Not after that experience yesterday. Well, good luck with your preparations. I start packing my bag, ready to make a break for the exit. Unfortunately, I am all the way on the other side of the room. The short distance to the doorway seems like a vast no-man's land to me now. Shizune and Misha both start maneuvering slowly in front of me, cutting off my route of escape in an unsettlingly cautious way that makes me think of a ship-to-ship combat.
I I think Shi-chan is saying that you should help us, He-chan.
Gee, I wouldn't know. She's so subtle.
But that's the intent, so please? I can't keep up. We have to actually build stalls for the festival. Almost all of them all by ourselves. Can you believe that? Hammering boards together over and over again for hours? It's really hard. I'm so used to it. I was doing swinging motions in class and I didn't even know it.
She bangs her desk a few times, imitating hammer blows.
It's so repetitive, I can't stand it. And yesterday I actually hammered all the boards on top of each other. It was just a stack of boards all nailed together, and then I had to take it apart and do it all over again, and I got yelled at and laughed at. So?
She clamps a hand down on my shoulder and grins, quickly running her tongue across her teeth mischievously.
Do you have any plans for today, He-chan? I wonder if you do.
Sure, I have plans. Plans to go to my room and go to bed.
Really? You're going to help us, right?
I notice her hands are moving constantly. She's signing everything we both say so Shizune can understand. Shizune is being somewhat quiet today. Is she still angry? Well, probably at least a bit. I can see it in her eyes. But this could also just be another way of trying to guilt me into lending a hand. I have to find a way out of this. Hey, I should go now. To the library. You know, homework. I should get going, shouldn't I? I have to be diligent because I'm a new student and all. So I have to make a good first impression, right? Yeah. See you later then. Oh. I turned to bolt for the door, but Shizune is blocking my path, her arms crossed over her chest and a stern expression on her face. She wags a finger tauntingly and begins signing to Misha with the manner of a squad leader giving directions to his fellow soldiers.
It didn't seem like you were in any rush to get to the library, He-chan. That's right, Shi-chan. It does seem like he was probably going to slack off for the rest of the day. Ha ha ha! Wahaha! You're surrounded! Let's go to the student council room.
She lets out a chuckle and then breaks into laughter.
I'm sorry, He-chan. I feel bad, but this works out for everyone, right? That's right, Shi-chan. Yes, that's a good point, too. Yes, this is beneficial to everyone. It solves all our problems.
I've heard that one before.
Yeah, I also thought he'd be more appreciative of our efforts.
They pull themselves closer as if they are about to pounce. Hey guys, 2-on-1 isn't very fair, is it? She keeps looking forward, impassive, then gives a sinister smile.
Come on, we have a lot of work to do. Let's go to the student council room.
Gee, I don't know. Misha laughs.
Deja vu.
She chortles before letting out another laugh.
Ha ha ha! You know, my horoscope said it'd be a good day for me today. And now that you're going to help,
Shizune signs quickly to her.
Right, I mean, now that you've decided to help us, completely of your own free will, I'll be able to take it easy. Lucky, huh?
I open my mouth to say something, but then realize there's no point. I refocus on trying to think of a way out of this. No, their actions are clearly deliberate. There's no sense in attempting to reason with them. You can't reason with madmen. I frown, and they don't even notice my discontent, further proving my suspicions. They seem pretty relaxed now. I guess they think they've already won, so they're letting their guard down. That's kind of arrogant. They pass forward in front of me as they move through the doorway. And I stealthily walk backwards back into the classroom as they step into the hall, turning down the stairwell. I let out a sigh of relief and quickly pack the rest of my stuff so I can make my escape. The classroom door slams shut.
That wasn't very nice there. Haha, you really got us good though, didn't he, Shi-chan? Right. What was that about? I thought you said you'd help us. And then you bailed on us? And you thought you would get away with it, didn't you?
The indignant expression vanishes and she begins to laugh hysterically, calming down only after an aggravated look from Shizune.
Yeah. You thought you could get away with it, but a criminal always returns to the scene of the crime.
I didn't even manage to leave the classroom in the first place. No, wait, I didn't even agree to help you in the first place.
Not very bright, are you, criminal? Thinking you can just shirk your duties like that? How low, He-chan.
I'm a criminal? What did I do? What's the charge? What am I guilty of?
That's for the courts to decide, criminal. I don't think we have to tell you that. Besides, you're the criminal here. You know what you did.
Have you ever read The Trial by Kafka?
I don't even know how to read. No, what's that, He-chan? What does that have to do with us?
I read it a few months ago. It's about these people who run a kangaroo court on a guy who just wants to live his life. They refuse to leave him alone, and he can't fight the power.
Meh. Meh. He-chan, what does that have to do with anything? Hey, what does that mean?
She turns back to me after signing back and forth for a lengthy amount of time.
You know we're both a little disappointed in you. You've let us down, Hisao.
Oh, not even He-chan. She used the full name. That's how you know you're in trouble.
Meh. Drop the ball. Meh. Left us hanging and out in the cold. Meh. Is that any way to treat a person? To run away from your responsibilities, to abandon your comrades? We think you owe it to us to honor your commitment.
What? But I didn't commit to anything. My breathing catches in my throat and I momentarily start choking.
Meh. That's not true, He-chan. You said you are not useless. You definitely said it. Yes, definitely, definitely, definitely. We are calling you on those words now. You better prepare to show you are not a useless guy. Your honor will be soiled forever if you try to get out of this.
Honor means nothing to me. I'm going to bed. So for the rest of the
day, we are going to hang out together, just the three of us, and work hard. Meh. You can't fool us. You should be happy you're doing your school a great service. Ask not what your school can do for you, but what you can do for your school. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha.
How depressing.
Cheer up, He-chan.
She slaps me hard across the back with enough strength to knock the air out of my lungs. I gasp to breathe. You could have caused him to have a heart attack, Misha.
Besides, aren't you happy you get to spend the day with two cute girls? Ha 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 ha.
I guess they are right. I did blurt those words out. Accepting my fate, I follow them to the student council room. And hammer the final nail into the stall. It took all the afternoon and dinner time is nearly over, but it is done now. Shizune pulls out a roll of measuring tape and a small lever and inspects it thoroughly. She smiles, looking pleased, then motions for Misha to come over.
Meh. She says you did a very good job. In fact, you might actually have a gift for this. Wow, I'm impressed too, and that was fast. Have you done this before?
No, never. Never before, and never again. And I never will again.
Meh. Well, our quota for the day is 6 stalls. In a few minutes, me and Shizune would finish this one. That means 4 more to go. We're making good time, she says. Isn't this great fun?
What? I could think of a million things I'd rather do, but I suppose everyone has to do their fair share for the festival, even me. You're both lucky that I'm helping you two out. If I really didn't want to, I could have gotten out of it easily.
Meh. Really, He-chan? Meh. She-chan thinks you're just running your mouth. Japanese people have no flight or fight in reflex, He-chan.
What? Shizune tints her fingers deviously.
Meh. Definitely, definitely, definitely. If you really wanted to escape, you would have taken immediate action. That is how you know someone is serious. When they have no doubts, no regrets. Meh. Maybe it was a bad idea to tell you that, since now He-chan knows what to do next time.
But just the fact that she is alright with telling me this shows me that she doubts I'll be able to act on it. That only makes me want to do it more, and I almost want the opportunity to do so to arise again. But if that happens, she might get me again somehow.
Meh. She-chan says she's happy now.
Much later in the evening, we are looking at 6 completed stalls. With the pride of a job well done, we sit back and admire the fruits of our labor, not sharing a word between us, just admiring. I realize I'm feeling quite thirsty. Hey, isn't there a vending machine out in the hall? They're on all day, aren't they? Right? Whoops.
Yeah, the drinks are very cheap too. We usually get some from there on days like this.
I dig around in my pockets and find a single 100 yen coin. Is this enough? I'm feeling kind of thirsty.
100 yen? You can get any drink in that machine with that.
That's good. That's very good then.
Ah, wait a second. What is it, Shi-chan? Do you want him to get you a drink too? Ha ha ha! Shi-chan, you've really helped us out today, so today, Shi-chan will treat Shi-chan will treat you. Hey, what about me? What would you like? I'm feeling thirsty myself. So am I!
I don't know. Anything's fine. I guess the melon soda.
Hey, wait, Shi-chan, I also want a drink. Aw. You know, it's times like this that I think she's just teasing me.
That's probably it. I'm sure she'll get you something, right?
Yeah, she usually does, but you never know. Heh. Heh heh heh.
Shizune comes back with 2 melon sodas and a can of fruit juice. She hands me one of the sodas and the other to Misha.
Thanks, Shi-chan. I had total faith that you'd get me one. I knew I could count on you. Wahahaha. But how did you know this is what I wanted? I usually get something else. What? You know I'd want to try it? And that I like these kinds of childish things? Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha.
I gesture my thanks to Shizune, who smiles and nods.
Hey, Shi-chan?
Yes?
We've been spending a lot of time together already in such a short time. We've done so much. We should both stop beating around the bush. What I'm trying to say is...
It sounds a lot like she's going to ask me out, but that can't be it. Nevertheless, my heart is beating like a jackhammer. Damn, this reminds me of another similar scene earlier this year. I try to say something, but my brains can't decide whether to stop her or to tell her to continue. I feel myself blushing all the way to my ears.
What I'm trying to say is... Would you like to join the student council?
What a disappointment.
Did you think she wanted to ask you out, Shi-chan?
I feel very embarrassed right now. I can feel myself getting even redder in the face. Shizune also tries to hide a blush after Misha translates, and then puts a few sheets of paper in front of me.
So how about it? All the paperwork is right here. And you are sitting down anyway. You look very at home here. Drinks and everything. What do you say?
She quiets down a little and asks again, a little more solemnly.
Shi-chan, what do you say? You don't exactly hate this, right?
I'm more than a little surprised by the sudden change of tone. I don't really know how to react to it. For one thing, she isn't shouting uproariously, with no regard for tact. Before, I'm sure she knew already that I was going to say no. This time, she seems actually serious.
I think maybe you should join. Not just because could use your help, but well, you're hanging out with us anyway. I think Shi-chan would like it if you would join as well. It's not like you hate us or anything, right?
Not joining the club doesn't mean that I hate you, it just means I don't want to join your little club. That is not an indication of whether I like or dislike you.
It wouldn't hurt if you joined, and I'd appreciate if you would.
She seems to be having a hard time getting her words out, which is strange for someone talkative like Misha. For some reason, I'm almost troubled by it. My eyes drift over to Shizune, who stares back at me, tentatively, absent-mindedly cleaning her fingernails.
If you don't want to join, I promise we won't ask again. But if you did, we would be really happy.
Both Shizune and Misha seem to be unable to look me in the eye. I can't lie, the thought of being around 2 such cute girls is something that I couldn't possibly pass up. I'm not looking forward to this kind of work every day, but there should be less after the festival. At least I hope so. Alright, I guess it can't hurt, so why not?
Meow. Wonderful, wonderful, ha 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 ha.
Shizune tints her fingers in satisfaction.
Meow. She'll fill everything out, Hee-chan. Congratulations, you are officially a member of the student council now.
Great. I'm not looking forward to a lot of work. To be honest, I've never done any student council activities before. But maybe it'll be a positive experience? Misha starts to clap, laughing exuberantly as she does.
Congratulations, Hee-chan. Congratulations. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Is this one of them Evangelions? I get the message. I can't help but smile, finding such a display childishly cute.
The student council is always busy, you know, but for today we're done. See you tomorrow, Hee-chan. We still have work left, so we'll be counting on you.
I leave the room, feeling totally wiped out. The grounds are totally deserted, and the school looks pretty ominous this late. The council office is the only window with lights on anymore. Is this what the student council will be like? My body might not be able to take it. Adhering to the nurse's nagging voice in the back of my head, I set my alarm clock to wake up early to go jogging again. Oh. Something different has happened. Kenji was doing something, and now something else is happening. The door down the hall opens with a crack as it swings forward from being pushed open too strongly and crashing against the wall. The sound is followed by a peal of bubbly laughter, and I instantly know who it is. What? At the noise, Kenji disappears into his room like a ninja, slamming the door shut just as Shizune and Misha walk over. The former taking small, efficient steps towards me, while the latter more or less bounces off the walls. I try to do the same as Kenji, but it's too late. Misha puts her foot between my door to prevent me from closing it, so I have no other choice but to let them in. Damn, they just waltz right in your room. This is happening too fast.
Hi, Hee-chan. Hi.
Hi. What are you two doing here? I wonder if the pause between those two sentences was politely long enough.
Hee-chan, that's rude. We came to pick you up. Did you think we thought you were going to escape and came to make sure you didn't? Surely not, Hee-chan.
Hey, I didn't say that. That's what you were here for. I didn't say that that's what you were here for. And now I know it's exactly what they were here for.
It's time for student council work. Yes, it is. Aren't you happy, Hee-chan, to be able to help the whole school? You are like a hero. The future generations will tell stories of this day.
Interesting. I didn't think joining the student council would be a heroic deed worthy of Hercules. Well, I guess I did promise, so... I've neglected Shizune, and only now do I notice her in the corner of my vision. Peering around my room over my shoulder, her analytical eyes darting from object to object. This is kinda intrusive. The feeling of being exposed crawls in my balls. Excuse me? It does what? You can't say that. Luckily, I don't have dirty laundry on the floor or anything like that. You didn't have to write that. I was caught off guard.
What is it, Hee-chan?
She could feel the sense of anxiety crawling at his balls. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this is Hee-chan's room. We haven't seen it before. I didn't even realize. It's kind of plain, but Hee-chan hasn't had time to decorate it yet. Isn't that so? What are those?
She points at my collection of medication on the night table. I don't really want to talk about it with these two. Try to dodge the subject. It's nothing. I quickly step in front of them, trying to hide the stuff behind my back. Shizune takes a step back, looking suspicious, but it's an expression not without concern. It ain't none of your business. You guys just waltzed up in my room. I ain't about to start these conversations with you. Don't worry about my medicine. Worry about yourself. You're making my balls feel weird. I hope if I avoid it, she'll understand that I don't want her to keep prodding me about it.
Huh. Really? What are you hiding, Hee-chan?
Nothing.
Huh. Is that so?
I realize I can't really squirm my way out of this. They are nosy by nature, and hiding it is just going to pique their curiosity more. Yeah, okay, it is something, but I don't really want to talk about it, okay? Not yet. Can we just put this aside for now? As Misha translates, Shizune stares at me hard with her eyes focused and analytical as ever, peering at me curiously over the rim of her glasses. Her fingers press against each other thoughtfully, as she's weighing the value of pursuing this further than necessary against the insult of disrespecting my wishes. Her expression finally melts into a slight smile, and she sighs something to Misha.
Okay, then we'll wait, and become better and better friends, and one day, when you feel like it, you can tell us about it.
Both of them smile widely at me, and I feel shocked and a little stupid about being like this. They're not stupid, and probably can at least halfway guess what's going on with me, and such simple, kind words. I feel relieved that they don't think any worse of me, even if I'm like this. Even if I'm not like the rest here. Even if I can't be at ease about it. Seems that behind the obnoxious, mischievous acts, both of these girls are really kind and good people. That's what I think. Thanks. So, you want me to help you out today, right? Since I'm one of you now?
Yep.
After class?
No, now.
Now? But what about class? You're going to skip class again?
Haha, it's for the common good, so we sacrificed our math lessons and maybe the social studies too.
Well, I guess I'm fine with it.
Hasen Hee-chan, you said it, okay? Remember, I'm fine with helping out. That's what you said, right?
Yeah. That tone, I suddenly regret saying it.
Okay, are you ready to go then? We can go to the office together.
No, you're probably going to make me carry all your stuff for you or something.
Don't be silly, Hee-chan. We've never walked to school together, Hee-chan.
I almost want to ask why we would, but then it dawns on me. The both of them consider me their friend, like Misha said before. And they want to become better friends with me even. It's weird, I've never really thought about them that way, or any of the people I've met so far this week. Is it really so easy? Just like that? Okay, let's go then. Shizune grins craftily and puts her hands behind her back.
Haha, that's great, Hee-chan. Okay, but first, you had a really great idea. Shi-chan liked it a lot, so it's time for a game.
Oh no.
Shi-chan is holding a 1,000 yen note in one hand, Hee-chan. If you guess which one, you can have it. If you don't, you carry all our books to school. Right, Shi-chan? Right?
She and Shizune exchange nods.
Okay, Hee-chan, get ready.
Carrying 3 bags instead of 1, I think about the day that's ahead of me, of us. I can see students walking back and forth through the courtyard, probably in preparation of their own projects. The festival is practically here. That means there are only 2 possible reasons that my help is required. Either there is a small amount of work left and they just want a helping hand to wrap up the mundane final checks they are obligated to do, or there is a ton of work left and Shizune is putting on a calm face as a torrent of built-up procrastinated work threatens to kill us all. Once inside the office, I look around and see that it's deserted. I guess this means there isn't a lot of work left, huh? Since there's no one here and all?
It's always like this, Hee-chan.
That confirms what I have thought before, but have never actually been able to confirm definitely. Shizune and Misha are the student council. The whole student council. Damn, so it's true. The student council is really only you two. Shizune looks as if she's stuck wondering whether to be ashamed or explode with anger, and Misha is equally divided between laughing and trying to stop her.
Well then, Hee-chan, you'll be happy to know that since it's just us 3, we have a lot to do. A lot.
That does not make me happy. But it seems to make Shizune very happy.
Just kidding.
The work turns out to be sorting and double-checking the considerable amount of paperwork necessary for an event such as the school festival to get done. Bureaucracy is a mind-boggling thing. But we managed to finish it just when the lunch bell rings.
Okay, now that we are done, we can relax a little, but not too much. We have lots more to do in the afternoon. It's actually not that much work, Hee-chan, so we can afford to enjoy a little lunch first. Ha 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 ha!
Two of them produce a small array of plastic containers, seemingly out of thin air.
It's chicken cutlet with tomatoes and soybean sprouts. Doesn't it sound delicious, Hee-chan? It was made this morning and it's still warm, and so eat.
I take one of the containers and open it. It looks nice and certainly smells good. The fact that I'm really hungry adds to that even more. Wow, this looks great. Where did you get this?
That isn't important, Hee-chan. There was supposed to be a stall selling lunchboxes, but the girl who was to run it suddenly said she couldn't do it. Hee-chan said, "What a waste. It was a lot of work to trick Hee-chan into making this."
Hey, what the hell?
So, Hee-chan wanted to see if she could do it, but then decided not to, right, Hee-chan?
Shizune sulks angrily, shooting Misha a displeased look. I don't think I was supposed to hear that story. This is your test food?
I'm eating it too, Hee-chan. And Shizune is too.
That doesn't answer the question. Nevertheless, I split a pair of chopsticks Shizune offers me, pick up a piece of cutlet, and pop it into my mouth. It's surprisingly good. I didn't expect Shizune to be such a good cook. Shizune puts her chopsticks down to sign curtly before Misha, who gulps down her cutlet with a noticeable difficulty in order to speak for her.
Hee-chan, don't talk with your mouth full.
It's not like I enjoy doing it anyway. How motherly to show that kind of concern. You're a mom. Shut up.
You can't even eat right, Hee-chan. That's all it is.
It's a stalemate. I can't eat in order to talk to Shizune, who can't eat in order to chastise me for eating the wrong way. Misha, caught in between, is in the same situation, and looks the most disheartened by how this is going. Either way, our food is getting colder by the second, and it wasn't piping hot to start with. However this was going, it dies down pretty fast once we all realize that and we eat. After a while, the bell rings, but Misha makes no attempt to tell Shizune, so I'm sure they're planning to skip classes and spend the rest of the day in here again.
Hee-chan, do you have any plans for the festival?
No, not really. After all, I've only been here a week. What could I set up in that time? What could I set up in that time?
Wahaha! Hee-chan, you helped us out so much. Don't sell yourself short.
Okay.
We're serious.
Okay. The two of them seem to get indignant over the strangest things.
You're going though, right, Hee-chan? You should at least see what we've accomplished. Everyone should be able to look at what they have done so they can fully understand their work. That's my belief. You're no exception. Hee-chan, you should definitely go. If you don't have anything planned, then maybe we could even go together.
Do you need a hand? If there's anything you need help with, I'm fine with sticking around. I feel much more at ease than I did earlier. My previous concerns and fears long gone. I'd forgotten about this morning's troubles entirely until now. Having fun with Shizune like this. Having fun with Shizune. It seems like an unfamiliar concept to think of, but looking back on it, I've really enjoyed the moments I've spent with Shizune and Misha these past few days, in spite of everything else. If we might be going together, then maybe I can afford to stick around a little longer, and I guess it beats class.
Really, Hee-chan? Okay, we can consider this your repaying us for the free lunch. Great, this is great, really, really great. Hee-chan was hoping to bring this up again later anyway.
That's not a free lunch at all. Normally I would be angry or at least slightly unsettled, but my mood has improved from earlier on, so I'll let it slide. Helping them out turns out to consist mostly of stamping forms and making what seems like 10,000 copies apiece of 50 different budget reports. It's not hard, but very boring, and according to Misha, the simplest of the tasks they deal with. feel myself getting more and more tired, and with that, less eager to return to class. This is especially bad because the more time I spend out of class, the harder it seems to just get up and go back. These two, they're a terrible influence, terrible role models. Not that it bothers me all that much, and I'm sure no one looks up to them, but it's the principle of the thing.
Done.
Ah, that was fast. I'll be finished before this period's over, I think.
No, He-chan. Everything is done, so you're done too.
That doesn't make any sense. Are you telling me this is all arbitrary and you've been keeping me here for the hell of it?
No. But we have kept you long enough. You should go back to class, He-chan. You can still make it for most of the period.
What about you?
Of course we're coming too, of course. We'll be right behind you.
Reassured, I start heading back to class, but the period is almost halfway over, so I start thinking it would be pointless halfway there and past the difference between this class and the next drinking juice in the hallway. I keep an eye on the door to the student council, but it doesn't open. What's taking them so long? Are they busy wrapping up my share of the work? Well, it shouldn't take so long unless there's more, and they just wanted me to leave. The more I think about it, the likelier it seems. Shizune is, well, not an idiot, but clearly she's unable to come out with just come out with things. Maybe it's because she can't talk, so it's harder for her. She has Misha, but all in all, as easy as they make it look, there's still a difference between casual speech and sign language. I contemplate going back there to check on them, but the bell rings and I have to go to class. They join me a few minutes later, and the thoughts I had in my mind before slip away in the routine of school life. By the time I remember, school is over for the day, and I'm too tired to do anything but go home, do my homework, and then go to sleep.
Don't be knocking on my door. Alright, I think we have officially entered the Shizune route. So, I'm gonna leave it off here, and we will continue the route in the next video. Bye!